Funded accounts or personal accounts? This is the one of the most topics which confuse a lot of traders, and I feel like today let's discuss this thing because we want to get done with it, and then you know where you lie, how you can possibly navigate from there to a new place, right? So when we talk about a personal account, we all know brokers, right? I don't know if I should leave a link in the bio, but there is a certain broker that I use called Xness. For me, I've been partnering with Xness for some good time now, right? So Xness, the broker is like something which is linking you to the markets. It is where you create your account, where you put your withdrawals, where you do your withdrawals and your deposits. Because most of the times you find when we are trading with small accounts like $10, $100, $1,000, we are not directly going into the forex market, right? Because we have less money that could not potentially even be recognized in the forex space. Because remember now, in this market, over 7.7 trillion every single day is exchanged in the forex market, right? But that doesn't make you a bad trader. That doesn't mean that you cannot participate in the forex market. You can also participate in the forex market, right? The financial markets are open for everyone. And remember, they were jazzing us like during the early days. What could happen is that when you wanted to participate in forex in the late 90s, you would call to the bank like, hello, I have my $10,000, I want to do this. But now this time around, we things changed. Now we have gone into the decentralized era where you find what is happening is that now we are changing money is changing from here up to here, and money is like money in the air, right? It is decentralized and it's so hard for you. That's why you see we are using cryptocurrencies, we are having the bitcoins, the ethereums, and things have changed and transitions have happened and a lot of things have happened, right? But what is happening here is that now when you're to trade with a personal account, you have to ask yourself, can I be able to sustain this account with like a large sum of money? That's the question that you should always first ask yourself, because if you observe well now, trading on a $10 account, yes, you will make profits. I'm not saying you're not going to make profits, but you will make small profits, right? If you deposit your money on Xness, you'll be able to make profits, right? I'm not saying you're not going to make profits, but the profits that you will make are not going to be a lot of money, right? So I see traders always like after years they are still trading on $100, $1,000, and the business of trading is requiring you to have capital. Capital goes hand in hand with skill, and if you can be able to understand that, it is going to become easy for you to have like those right decisions. You are not going to make mistakes because you find now if you want to go for a trip now, you have made $100, but you feel like you want to go a trip that is costing worth $1,000, right? But from your trading, you have made $100. It doesn't make the math worth it, right? So what do you do now to become that good trader? You do that by understanding that now the business itself, you are dealing with the business of money, right? Money loves numbers, right? Money is numbers, honestly, because if I have now, let's say for example now, that is for a broker. A broker is something where you deposit your money. It's like a platform. You deposit money and then they give you a trading account that you're going to link to your MetaTrader 5, right? So meaning, if you're going to make money, you're going to pass through that broker to be able to accept your trade in your transaction in the financial markets, right? You will make money, you will lose money, but at the end of it all, you make small money. So now let's divert now to the part for the funded accounts. If we spot how a funded account operates, is that they will give you simulated funds. Of course, this is not real money, it's virtual money, right? And everybody, you have had people saying, no, this is fake money, I cannot trade with demo accounts. But look at the people who have gotten paid out, right? If you see well, the people who get payouts, there are people who understand that yes, I'm trading a demo account, but if I cannot manage a demo account, then I cannot manage a personal account, right? So how do I approach these funded accounts? I would say personally, as someone who's coming from a poor family background, I would say I don't want to trade with small capital if I'm to make trading my profession, right? I want to make sure that at least if I'm trading with this business, if I'm treating trading like a business, I'm going to have to accept that I need big capital, right? So big capital comes by understanding that this is a business of prop firms. You can leverage it if you're a smart guy, eh? If you're a smart lady, if you're a smart guy, you can leverage the prop firm business, because I will definitely understand that now if these companies are giving us demo accounts, but they will tell you that you will get paid out after passing these rules, and some of us have seen the payouts. We have received those payouts, they have come, and we have tested the fruits of those. So you will never tell me to go back on a $10 account. You'll never tell me to go back and trade from a $100 account. Yet I've seen that by simply following rules for like 1 or 2 months, passing phase 1 and phase 2, then I make $6,000 on one trade. Bro, I'm going to do that and I will get paid out, right? So funded accounts help you to build capital, right? I want you to look at them like this, in this approach of saying, yes, these accounts are doing what we call simulated trading, but they give me capital and I'm going to get paid out for following my rules, right? It's like, look at it in school. When we had rules that we are supposed to follow, some of us would break them, right? And I believe most of the people who fail at funded accounts, they do not follow the rules, or they try to rush the process, right? So I don't want you to be that trader who's rushing the process. I want you to be the trader who's going to say, no, I know that I can make money in this business, but how should I approach this? How can I make money in this business? How do I leverage prop firms, right? So a prop firm is a company that gives you capital to trade with, and we all know that we have FTMO, we have Funded Next, we have Funding Pips, we have Quantech, we have Alpha Capital, we have the Fivers. There are very many companies, and if you're a good trader, if you know what you're doing, trust me, these are good opportunities for you to leverage. These are good opportunities for you to say, no, I can make money through these companies. If I can be able to be consistent, if I can be able to know my edge, I can use that as my advantage and get capital, right? So instead of depositing $100 on my account, why don't I top up, or maybe why don't I use $100 and purchase like a 50K funded account, right? So the 50K funded account, at the end of it all, I'm going to get paid out if I follow the rules. I'm like something like $200 or $300, and then also I get back my refund that I used to purchase the account with, right? So that makes the business risk free. And for someone who's smart, now imagine you have a 50K this side, and then you have 550Ks across multiple farms, right? That is what you call leverage. Leverage is something that you could use as a trader, meaning if you had to make, let's say for example, I purchased a 100K account, I have 100K in Funded Next, I have another 100K in FTMO, I have another one in the Fivers, like I have many accounts, right? And if you're smart, you could do what we call a one stone many birds strategy, where you find you're using one stone to kill many birds, right? You're using one trade to take across multiple accounts, as long as you're not breaching the rules. If they have copy trading, then you could possibly change what you call the entry points, and then the stop losses, and then the lot sizes, and you'll never be attacked by copy trading, right? So if you can do that, you can be a smart guy. You find by the end of the year you have like over like $2 million in capital worth of funded accounts, and just 1% of $2 million, that's already 20K, right? Who doesn't want that money? I would rather take that path and build capital to bring now into my Xnest account, into my personal funds, right? So I would say that is the right approach. Go for funded accounts if you can. If you know about them, go for them, because they are life changing. They could possibly take you from zero to something at least, right? So if you are a trader who's going to understand this business model is you should be able to understand that the business requires capital itself. The rich traders didn't get rich trading 0.01 lot size. They didn't, but that's where they started from. But they didn't stay there for too long, right? So start, yes, but don't stay in the same situation for too long. It's not worth it, honestly, right? So if you are this good trader, if you can be able to understand that, then trust me, it is going to be okay. It is going to be good. You will be able to make money potentially, and if you can be consistent, then all is well. You will be able to make money, right? So if I can take the funded stage path, trust me, I can go for the prop firms, I can go for the risk management, and then now get that money which I've made from the funded accounts, bring them into the what? Bring that money into the funded, the personal accounts, because you don't want to also stay long in the funded game, because it's risking, like blah blah. You never know. Funded accounts, some of them shut down. We saw my FFF, my forex funds, and then other funds also, other companies could shut down potentially, right? So instead, use that money to build your personal capital, right? It is going to be helpful for you. You will be able to make profits because you know what you're doing, and trust me, that is the approach that I would take. And I would love to hear from you. Which approach would you want to take? How can you approach that market? How can you approach this conversation of personal accounts and funded accounts? Which one would you go best for? Would you go for $10 to turn to $1,000? That is what we call flipping accounts. Do you think it's worth it? According to you, has it worked for you? Because I'm not saying funded accounts is the only way to go. Some people could use $10 and they turn it to $1,000 and it is working for them. But you have to look at yourself as an individual. Ask yourself, what works for me? What doesn't work for me? Because in that process, that is why you're able to understand that the money is there, but it doesn't want you to panic. The money doesn't want you to have pressure. You can pass these phases slowly but consistently. You will be able to make money. Trust me. Because if I make $3,000 and I transfer to my personal account, now I can trade with bigger sums instead of trading with $30, right? Yeah. So let me know in the comment section, what do you think about funded accounts? What do you think about personal accounts? What's the difference, and how do you weigh the gap between the two? And which path are you taking personally, like you as an individual? where do you lie, what do you opt for? And in that process, I will be there. I'll also share my opinions, and we shall see. We are building like a community. We are all growing together, and trust me, if you found value in this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and we shall give you more of these. And trust me, we are growing together. We are here to help one another, and I'll see you in the next video.